Catherine, we just heard the French president talking there about the things France and the US have in common. What about those things that they don't have in common?
Right, and there's some pretty big issues on that list. Let's start with climate change. France was very dismayed, of course, when Donald Trump pulled the US out of the Paris Accord, that landmark climate change deal. Also, the Iran nuclear deal, another big one. And France is still working to try and kind of keep that semi on the roads by keeping European business involvement there. Some other big issues before we come back to Iran. I mean, what about the US imposing tariffs on EU metals, or moving the US embassy in Israel to Jerusalem? Some big policy decisions which France, Emmanuel Macron personally, tried to persuade Donald Trump against. They're all very pally-pally there and greeting each other as friends, but actually you've got to question how much that relationship actually pays off. Is Macron getting anywhere with Trump in policy terms? Now, he will be meeting with the Iranian president, Hassan Rouhani, as well, on the sidelines of this General Assembly. So we imagine that behind the scenes, he's going to be trying to smooth over some of these huge cracks between the US and Iran and trying to pass diplomatic messages on, perhaps in some kind of emissary role. But it's going to be very difficult, really, to bridge the gap. France and other EU countries are looking at ways to try and keep their companies they've been encouraging to invest in Iran, to keep that going. Donald Trump, on the other hand, we're expecting him to, well, lash out at Iran in his keynote speech at the UN later this Tuesday. And then Hassan Rouhani will be speaking after that, so we can imagine some kind of hit back there. Things could get pretty heated. I mean, who knows really what's going to happen with Trump, but it seems the Trump administration is going all out for Iran at this General Assembly. Donald Trump is chairing a Security Council meeting on Wednesday in which he's indicated on Twitter that he is going to be focusing a lot of his talk there on Iran as well.